Hey guys, it's great to see you. So hot off the press is the new preview version of CSP, that's 1.75 version 1 by Ilya, and today I'm going to show you all about it on this video, and there's some fantastic new modes in it. As ever, if you are new here, do check out the rest of the channel. There's lots more sim racing, especially Assetto Corsa. So in this video I'm going to go through how to install, where to get it from, new features, new modes, the Predator Cup, the overtake mode, driver mode and Race U. Also, today's video is sponsored by Acer Predator and the Predator Sim Racing Cup 2021, and later in the video I'm going to show you all how you can enter and race against the pros. The first place to start then, if you are new here or you're new to preview versions of CSP, is where to get it from. So all the preview versions of CSP come with extra features, and that's because you are supporting Ilya, who's obviously working on this full time, and here is Patreon page. Depending what country you are in, it will cost you anything between $2 and $5. You only have to pay once if you just want to get that month's downloads. So if you wanted the latest version here, as you can see, that's the one I've just highlighted, and these are last month's versions, including the new content manager. It is definitely worth going to this Patreon site and supporting Ilya. And remember, these guys are absolutely keeping Assetto Corsa alive and giving us new features all the time, and you will see in this video some amazing new features. Okay, so once you've got the zip file, all you're going to do is drop it into Content Manager and install it. So these are manual installs. You're not going to update it through Content Manager. It's a drag and drop piece here for this version of CSP. So we're going to remove completed, and the new version is now installed. So if we look over here, we can see the new version is installed, and I would also restart Content Manager before you do anything actually on the game. If you were to click on any of these other versions here, then it will reinstall that version, and again you would need to drag and drop the preview version to get it back on there. You can't install through Content Manager. I've just switched off auto updates as well there to make sure nothing gets confusing. The first thing to do then is to look at the range. So there's some internal shots here and external shots of the new preview version, and as you can see, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I actually think it looks and runs better than the previous versions that I've had installed. I mean, how good does this look for a game that was built 7 years ago? Absolutely fantastic. And in the next footage, as I talk through the features, I'm going to show you just how good the physics are on this range. So as you can see, the raindrops are actually being rendered there in real time. This is in slow motion or pause, and I'm just going through it with the camera. So the updates in 1.75 preview 1, there's lots of fixes and more stability. There's a rewrite of the AI flood for track day mode, and that's really going to help you on things like LA Canyons and Shotoko. And also new modes, VR updates and new hay, as well as lots of other different bits. But the next thing I'm going to do before we go into the new modes is just install a couple of things here. So Ilya's actually linked to these on his Patreon page, but I'm going to put all the links that are in this video in the description below. So we're just going to install a driver map, and this is off the original driver game. I'm sure lots of you have played it. And we're also going to install this Buick here, because we're going to do some of these tests on the new modes, and I'm going to show you how to do those in a moment. Now we've got those couple of bits of content installed, let me take you through the settings. So here we are then in custom shader patch. We've got the preview version on here, as you can see, and if we go down here we can actually see we've got something called new modes. Now it's not highlighted, it is experimental. Clicking on here you can see this is new custom LUA modes for Assetto Corsa. So this allows you effectively to script what's going to be going on, and as you can see here we've got a couple of different ones. We've got an example one in the middle, and then we've got an overtaking script, and we've also got a driver script. Now these are going to use some of the different pieces of content that we've just installed there. So the driver one is going to use the driver content as a map, and then the overtaking one we're actually going to go into track day on LA Canyons. Before I show you, let's take a look at the Predator Cup 2021. So guys, are you ready for the amazing Assetto Corsa Sim Racing event of 2021? And that is the Acer Predator Sim Racing Cup. So you can register with the link in the description below, and you can compete against pro drivers including Roman Grosjean's R8G Sim Racing team. You can win prizes as you climb the ranks, including these awesome Predator AMD laptops, mice, headsets and gaming PCs. What are you waiting for, guys? Click on the link in the description below. And the closing date for entries is the 14th of May. So here we are then at LA Canyons, and I've picked a suitable vehicle to do lots of overtaking. I've got the custom LUA on. This has got two-way traffic on LA Canyons, and this is using the AI flood that's already in CSP, and I've got other videos on that. If you're not sure how to do that, do check out on the channel. But as you can see, this is basically a mini game where everything you overtake, you gain points. If anything overtakes you, I think you lose points. And the idea is to keep overtaking, stay above 80 kilometers an hour and not hit anything. Now, I've only done a very quick example here just so you can see what goes on. But when you've actually finished that part of the race, then it gives you a score. And it's just a bit of fun, but I'm sure you can all see the power these custom scripts will give the Assetto Corsa engine. And I'm really excited to see what all the modders are going to be doing with this version of CSP. Now remember, in the custom script there was also a driver LUA, so this is what we're going to do now. So I'm going to pick the Buick, because I think this is the one that was on the original driver game, and I'm actually going to pick the driver map here that I've downloaded. So I'm just going to go into categories and new, and you're going to see all the junk that I've got installed on my Assetto Corsa. And there it is, the driver map, and obviously this is some kind of underground car park. I know it's sealed, so we're going to drop ourselves in there, but do make sure that you switch any kind of weather off if you get any problems, or even put it to nighttime, because obviously this is CSP trying to work on an indoor space. Now you need then to go into your custom LUAs and you need to pick the driver mode there, as you can see. Once that is changed, we do need to change it from track day, because remember that's what we were using for traffic on LA Canyon, so we don't want to use that in here. Obviously you just need to move it onto practice, and then we're just going to click on go, and that should spawn us into the map. Here I am then, I've spawned into driver in Assetto Corsa. This is really cool. So you've got the stopwatch in the left, and obviously you've got the tick list. And remember, on driver, this was the first mission, so you could try and prove what a great driver you were. Now I'm driving this Buick here and I'm not really getting on with it at all. So what I switched over to is this Dodge Viper, and that was much better with my rig. So as you can see here, you've got 60 seconds to try and do all those different things on the top right. And I was just doing some burnouts and messing about just to make sure that it all worked correctly. But to say this is all experimental, this is really, really cool. The scope that this gives for new game modes on Assetto Corsa is very exciting. And here we are with the circuit racer from 7 years ago that's copying a game from a lot longer than that ago, and it's doing it really well, and you can actually drop any car into this. It's really exciting stuff. It's a good time to be playing Assetto Corsa. So that is preview 1.75, and you can see here the amount of detail on the graphics. It is really brilliant. But that's not the only thing that Ilya has been talking about in his latest Patreon post. He is also designing with a number of other modders something called Race U, which is race online anytime, anywhere. It's in open beta at the moment. It's free to join, and as you can see, it has content manager integration and weather integration, which is going to make it very, very cool. And it's another exciting piece of the Assetto Corsa world that's now coming to life. So today you've seen the brand new version of CSP 1.75, you've seen the Predator Cup 2021, you've seen Race U. So much going on in the world of Assetto Corsa. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you know a little bit more about preview 1.75 now. Do go out and grab it, it is brilliant. Do check out as well the Predator Cup 2021, the link is in the description. Remember, the closing date for entries is May the 14th, it's free to enter, jump in and race against the pro drivers. See you soon guys.